everything that's no longer useful will begin to die, and we'll have a sense of willingness to let it die. Please know that even if right now where you sit, your life is kind of messy, in any category. The main categories: health, finances, relationships, peacefulness. If any of those areas of your life feel like they're a mess, you can on one hand say, well, I acknowledge that my life is messy, but here's the spiritual truth: it doesn't have to remain that way. It doesn't have to remain that way. That's where hope comes into play. Whatever it is that we're experiencing doesn't have to be that way. We humans get very short-sighted sometimes, and we think that what we're experiencing now is something we're going to experience forever. Well, who said? Who said? Well, we do. Unfortunately, we're the ones that say, oh, well, this is, I'm not healthy, or I don't have enough money. Maybe that's your truth right now, or maybe that's your little F fact right now, but it doesn't have to remain that way. So if you can identify messiness in your life, not working so well in your life, throw that in there. It doesn't have to stay this way. I can let something old die. Because spiritually, what do we say? Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Whether we see it right now or not, doesn't matter. That's what faith is about. The evidence of things hoped for but not yet seen, that's faith. So whether we see it right now in a tangible form, we're going to let our minds know we can have that new experience. We can speak our word, and simultaneously asking all the time, what am I going to let go? Another word, we've used the word surrender. We've used the word let go. We've used the word die. Another word that fits in here is forgive. Forgive. The master teacher Jesus taught that. Be ye always forgiving. How many times, Master? 70 times 7. 7 is a very spiritual number in the Bible. It's a number of completion. He wasn't saying we needed to forgive 490 times exactly. But a whole lot. So 70 times 7. What he was trying to say to his listeners at the time, the people who really understood him, is do it a whole bunch. Forgiveness in our speak only means let go. It does not mean letting off the hook. It does not mean the bad behavior was okay. It just means let it go. Let it go. And here Jesus, back over 2,000 years ago, was telling his followers, whatever it is that you're ranting about, just let it go. I know, Richard, you're laughing because you see it all the time, but easier said than done, right?
Yep.
It is. So you can use any of these words that resonate with you. Forgive it, let it go, surrender, let it die. Today I just want the let it die part, so we can just get done with it. Let it go. Now it's really important to me. I'm starting thinking about this topic. What about my own self-judgments? That's a big one to let die. What about the mistakes I've made? Shouldn't I be punished for those? No. We already have been punished for those. Because as we made the mistake, life didn't go so well. We've already been punished, if you will. The mistakes that I've made, or the self-judgments, they gotta die too. And I don't know about you, but when I say stuck emotions, that's one of the biggest ones. The emotions of judgment to myself, the emotions of blame and guilt and shame about mistakes, those are the ones that get stuck. Stuck emotions. Oh, I've been blaming myself. I need to let that die today. Oh, I've been holding on to that mistake for 25 years now. I need to let that die today. You all know your mind is finding the mistakes that you're still blaming yourself for, or that you're still kicking yourself in the tush for. That judgment, oh man, I've been holding on to that one since I was 12 years old. It's time to let those die. It doesn't do us any good if you take the spiritual principle that says what we're putting our attention on we're going to get more of. It doesn't do us any good to hold on to self-judgments. It doesn't do us any good to hold on to mistakes. It doesn't do us one bit of good. We learn nothing from it. Nothing. We learn when we consciously say, I see it, and I'm going to change it. So learning is daily. But judgment, let it die. Does not serve you. contrary to popular cultural belief that you must be punished for your sins. It just ain't true. What works better if you get someone who will help you learn, get someone who will say, come on, encourage you to learn something new, but does not beat you up because of a mistake you made. So please don't do it to yourself. Learn and live. Learn and live. The live part is live and let die. It's on the other side. But they work together. I read something in the Science of Mind magazine yesterday by a man named Oren Moen. And he was referring to praying. And he was basically saying that when we pray, just like our Miss Holmes taught, we must see the thing as already accomplished, as already done. Oren Moen said it in a way that got my attention just a little differently. He said, we must live in the answer. We must live in the answer. And I'm going to put in parentheses, not in the problem. We must live in the answer. Can you move yourself and your mind to the answer? Same things Ernest Holmes has been saying, but I just hear it just slightly different. Here's my problem. Can I live in the answer? If I can live in consciousness in the answer, that's the very thing that starts to attract me to it. And I'm saying me, but it could be any of the me's in the room today. Live in the answer, not in the problem. So ask yourself, is there anything today that I'm willing to let die? Right now, because you can do it right now. The balloon I had your picture at the beginning with the pin, maybe just put one thing in that balloon that you feel I'm really willing to let that die. Can't fake it. Can't fake it. If you are, see it in the balloon. Imagine the big pin coming out and let that thing die today. One of the things I ask myself is the question, people use different words for this question or different numbers for this question. If I knew that I had 3 more years to live, some people say 6 months. I don't think that's good because it just makes you kind of panicky.
Yeah.
6 months is not enough to really think about this question. Even 1 year is not enough. If I knew I had 3 years, that's kind of enough to kind of really think. For me, I feel that. If I had 3 years to live, what would I let die today? What old judgments would I be willing to let die? What old self-criticisms about mistakes would I be willing to let die? What old stuck emotions would I ask, come on out of there, let me let you die? What old thoughts and beliefs would I be willing to let die if I knew I had about 3 years left? That kind of thing focuses us. And when we come across those things that we say, oh man, if I knew I had 3 years, I'd really let that die. The next question is, what are you waiting for? Right? Okay, now let me just take this finger and go like this. What are you waiting for? Because I'm always talking to myself. Anyway, what are we waiting for? Just use it as not a panicky thing, but as a way to focus our life. What am I willing to let die today? And then as we start to let the things die, remember we're doing this in tandem with speaking our word. Using the power of our word. I give you my word. I give me my word, my intention, my conviction, my commitment. As I move into the new experience, I'm giving my word to the new experience. I'm living in the new answer and simultaneously letting something else die at the very same time. And then the more we let this die, and the more we start to move towards that new answer, we start to feel successful. Oh, I'm living the new thing. I'm a lot closer to the new experience than I was a year ago. Yay. I'm a little closer. We move, we have success. And as we have success, we say, that worked. And then we do it some more. We move toward the new. I speak my word. I'm letting this die. Every single day this is happening. We begin to live better. And when we begin to live better, then don't go back and revisit the old experience. Oh gosh, we do that so easy. I can hear myself even about an old relationship. Something can remind me, and I can go, blah, 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 blah. Oh, isn't that funny? Isn't that just interesting? That was